This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Riccardo Tedeschi. We are in...
Vineyard.
There you go. You can tell me a little bit about this vineyard because it's really quite spectacular. Even with all this fog, it's quite fantastic.
Yeah, it's our jewel, the vineyard of Fabrizzeria, where we make the Valpolicella and the rare Amarone. The soil, the combination of soil, the wind, and this position, which is great, southeast. It makes really to get the best fruit of our company, the best Corvina and Corvinone. We have a little of Usaleta as well here. It's planted with a medium density, like 7,000 plants per hectare. And we have irrigation, so we can play. It's a very dry place, so we can play, and with the moment of drought and irrigation, we can concentrate the grapes in this way. And but the soil is very rich in rich in oxide of metals, and it looks that they give a richness in aromas of black and red fruit, and also spiciness like pepper. So it's we get quite a rich wine from this side.
And sorry, how old are these vines right now?
We planted in 2001.
2001, okay.
So 16 years.
It's a gorgeous spot. And what do you believe that this site brings to the wine? What do you really see when you're tasting the wine in the glass?
It's we have a couple of single vineyard Valpolicella, while in Maternì we get I would say fruit density, fruit intensity. In this place we have fruit intensity plus the power, the structure is where we get the best structure in our Valpolicella.
When you're making your Valpolicella, when you're making your Amarone, where do you believe the sugar level should be?
We like dry wine, even our Amarone and Ripasso, they are quite dry. We like to make wine which pair very well with food, and so for me dryness is quite important. I don't like to eat with too much sugar, unless the food is very spicy, some like Oriental food or something like that.
And where is your philosophy when it comes to the blend?
We have the blend in the vineyard. I mean,
So it's a field blend?
Yes, it's a field blend in the new, I would say, in the new vineyard like this. Let's say newer vineyard like this. We have few line of the same variety. In the old, instead, in the old vineyard, we used to have everything mixed up in the same line, on the same line, and we are still experimenting actually to do separate vinification of different varieties. But it is we are still making the regular production with mix. I'll say with the vineyard vinification.
And where do you sit on the whole Molinara argument? We spoke with many producers who are slowly phasing that out.
Yeah, we have very few actually. We have in the Monte Olmi, where we make a single vineyard Amarone. We have not a Molinara here. It can help actually the complexity of the wine. It's very salty. It gives wonderful aromas, but not very much body. It is fundamentally makes a pink wine, a rosé wine.
Yes,
so
yeah.
It's quite difficult to mix with the other.
Have you replaced that with the Osaleta?
Yes, right.
Okay.
We have Osaleta, and I think it's very important to make. It is a completely different variety.
Of course.
It's the opposite actually. The taste, I don't like very much the taste. Is especially bitter, but it gives structure, color, acidity, and it's a great blending grapes. Although that I have to say, if you talk with Amarone, a little of Molinara is not so bad. I mean, I mean below 1%. And Osaleta as well, by the way, we cannot use so much more than 5%. For me is quite difficult because they tend to be really tannic and tend to change the character of the wine.
Would it be fair to say it was the Petit Verdot of Valpolicella?
Yeah, yes, Petit Verdot probably is the best comparison, and as well Sagrantino, if you are familiar with Sagrantino,
yes.
which is really tough. For a while I thought it was the same variety, then I realized that they are not the same variety, but similar taste, I think.
So Riccardo, we're speaking about some of the older traditional varietals in this region. How do you feel about those and where they sit in the both Valpolicella and Amarone blends of today?
It's a pity that we are losing. I mean, some of the variety, like Molinara. As there are very few new planting, and also our planting. We didn't include Dindarella, Negra, Rossignola. We have this variety in the very old vineyard, like Monte Olmi. In a very small percentage, they help the complexity of the wine. Some people are really also against Rondinella, which is probably the simplest of the grape variety, but it helps to blend the other two. And for me, are very it can work a little of Rondinella. I think we still have to understand very well in Valpolicella where to put what. I mean, one of my best experience. We keep experimenting every year. Something new, and I remember one of the best experiments, one of the best Amarone I made during some experiments was made only by Rondinella grown on a white soil, so very chalky.
Yes.
And so, I mean, there is also a possibility for Rondinella. Depends on.
You mentioned that some people are getting rid of Rondinella right now.
Some people, they fought to have 95% of Corvina in the blend, and now it's possible to do an Amarone with 95% of Corvina, so you understand that Rondinella is going to disappear. Also us, actually, we reduce and at the end our blend in Maternigo, the new plenty we did, it is 40, 40 and 20 fundamentally, so 20 of Rondinella, so it's reduced also in our place. But I'm very sorry to lose Molinara for the taste, as well Dindarella, which is really tasty. Both they have no great body, great color, and so they has been a little put behind. The difficulty is that everybody is doing that, and so also the nursery, the people who sell the vines, they didn't make any selection, and it's difficult to find the right vines now of Dindarella. Even Rondinella sometimes it's difficult to find the right one. And so there is much more focus on Corvina and Corvinone, and that's the problem. Let's hope to go back and rediscover also some of them. That they can work in very small percentage, by the way, from my point of view.
Thank you very much for inviting us up to your vineyard here. It's quite beautiful this evening with the sun setting over there. Yes, really nice. We hope to see you in Toronto sometime soon. Thank you for joining us at Good Food Revolution today.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.